Imagine standing on the sands of ancient Egypt, gazing up at the colossal pyramids that have towered over the landscape for thousands of years. These monumental structures have long captured the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and travelers alike. But how were these incredible feats of engineering achieved in an age without modern technology? Today we're turning to one of the earliest and most influential historians to shed light on this mystery, Herodotus, often revered as the father of history. He was a curious and tireless traveler, venturing far and wide to document the stories, customs, and achievements of various civilizations. His offer a rare glimpse into the ancient world, combining facts, observations, and hearsay to create a rich tapestry of human history. In this video, we're focusing on one of Herodotus's most intriguing accounts, the construction of the Pyramids of Giza. We'll be reading from Book 2, lines 123 to 125, where Herodotus recounts the incredible effort and ingenuity that went into building these wonders of the ancient world. As we explore his descriptions, we'll not only discover the methods and manpower behind the pyramids, but also gain a better understanding of how these structures came to symbolize the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt. Herodotus began his work with a clear mission. He wanted to ensure that the achievements of both Greeks and non-Greeks wouldn't be forgotten by time. His histories not only documented events but also aimed to preserve the stories behind them, the causes of wars, the rise of empires, and the feats of great leaders. In his own words he wrote, "Here are presented the results of the inquiry carried out by Herodotus of Halicarnassus. The purpose is to prevent the traces of human events from being erased by time, and to preserve the fame of the important and remarkable achievements produced by both Greeks and non-Greeks. Among the matters covered is, in particular, the cause of the hostilities between Greeks and non-Greeks." This passage sets the stage for understanding Herodotus's approach to history. He wasn't just interested in recording what happened, he wanted to understand why it happened, and how these events shaped the world. Now let's move on to what Herodotus had to say about the construction of the pyramids. Herodotus begins by acknowledging the stories he heard from various sources, understanding that the accounts might differ, but choosing to record them as he heard them. He says in Book 2, line 123, "As for me, in respect of any story, that is as a rule important that I write what is narrated by each second as I heard it." This statement shows that Herodotus was aware of the challenges of getting accurate information, but he still wanted to document the stories to the best of his ability. Moving on to the construction of the pyramids, Herodotus describes an enormous workforce in Book 2, line 124. "And 100,000 men worked continuously at a time, each group for 3 months. It passed through the people 10 years of hardship in the construction of the road. The work is certainly not much less than the pyramids, for what seems to me, 10 years were then used for the construction of this underground room, and on the height at which they raised the pyramids, which he built as his tomb on an island after having conducted around a channel derived from the Nile. To say the pyramid itself, which took 20 years to build, and quadrangular, polished stone, and connected in the most perfect way, none of the stones is smaller than 30 feet. According to Herodotus, the construction of the pyramids was an enormous undertaking that required tens of thousands of workers. These workers were organized into groups, each working for 3 months before rotating out. The entire process, from building the roads and canals to transporting the massive stones, took years of labor, 20 years just for the pyramid itself. Herodotus notes that the stones used were enormous, with none smaller than 30 feet in length. These stones were polished and fitted together so perfectly that they've stood the test of time for thousands of years. Herodotus explains how the pyramids were built, using innovative techniques for their time in Book 2, line 125. "This pyramid was built like this, tier after tier. They raised the stones with machines made of short wooden lengths, lifting the stones from the ground up to the first tier of steps. When a stone had been raised on the first tier, it was placed above another machine made of short wooden lengths that was on the first tier, and from this it was lifted to the second tier and placed onto another machine. There were many steps and so many machines, or perhaps it was just one, easy to carry from tier to tier. Herodotus provides us with a fascinating glimpse into ancient engineering. He describes a system of wooden machines that lifted the massive stones tier by tier until the pyramid was complete. Whether there were multiple machines or just one that was moved up with each tier, this process shows the incredible ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians. Herodotus's account of the pyramid construction gives us a window into the past, revealing not only the scale of the project but also the human effort and innovation that made it possible. While modern archaeology has uncovered more details and sometimes different theories about how the pyramids were built, Herodotus's narrative remains a crucial piece of the puzzle, a testament to the power of human curiosity and the drive to record history for future generations. If you enjoyed this exploration into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more readings and analyses of ancient texts as we continue to uncover the stories that shaped our world.